Let's get into this. So this is the first shot of the midseason trailer, and this is the truck peg challenge. I guess so. I guess the whole point of this challenge is just seeing from one side to the other. So you're going to start from the back bumper and then try to make your way as far as possible. It doesn't seem like, unless you're going multiple times, it doesn't seem like people get too far, you know? I don't know how long this runway is. I don't know how far this truck is going to go. But in some of the ones that we're going to see later on, it just seems like people give up and they're right at the beginning. But we can clearly see that this is Danny climbing the truck with a peg. So he's going to be doing this daily challenge. So until we see this daily challenge, we know that he's going to be a part of this. We also hear TJ saying in the background, saying the stakes are massive. And we can clearly see that Justine is also doing this challenge. So Justine will be a part of the truck peg challenge. I wonder if this could be the next daily challenge. I wonder, because they're showing it a lot in this. And you also saw it in the original trailer, or the What's to Come This Season trailer, with David is also doing this challenge as well. So we have Justine, we have Danny. We're going to see a few more people doing this, and then we're going to see the opposite side of the truck. So they're going to have two people doing this all at once. As we can see, people walking up to a daily challenge in a field, and I wrote down everybody from left to right. We can see that Cache, David, Desi, Kayla, Sarah, Enzo, and Angela, Ben, Danny, and Tyson can be seen walking up. The four people that are missing are Leo, Justine, Dom, and Alyssa. Not saying that those are going to be the next four people eliminated. I'm just saying we don't see them in this picture. So as we see that Cache is like cut off, they could just be in front of Cache. But those are the four. I just thought it was interesting that they're in a line, and those are the four that we did not see yet, or in this picture at all. So just trying to point some stuff out. It's pretty interesting. All right, here we go. This is what I want to get into. This is the kind of the pictures that I love to dissect here. So we see, also we hear an audio thing saying from Tyson saying, "I'm the clear favorite to win," while everybody is walking into the daily challenge. All right, now we get to this picture, and we can see Danny and Desi. They are on the winner's side in the deliberation room. Interesting. Does that mean that Danny and Desi are going to win a daily challenge, and thus solidifying that now Danny can be going to TJ's final because he won a daily challenge, and now Desi and Danny are safe and they get to make any big move they want to. Now, if you take a look at where Desi is pointing, but there's a name that is visibly seen, and that is Sarah. When taking a look at the other boards or the other pictures of when people are in the deliberation, the names on the bottom are the losing pairs, meaning they're going directly into the elimination. So we have Danny and Desi winning into power in a week where Sarah loses and is going into the elimination. I just think that it's interesting that we get this point. And also, we have Desi saying, "I just don't trust Alyssa and Angela." Yes, that's right. Desi wants to make a big move on a week that Sarah is going into the elimination and possibly throwing in Alyssa or Angela. Please let it be Angela. Let's go. Let's get to some of these comments. The picture better mean that Danny finally wins something. I think it does. I really do. I mean, nobody just sits in that room, it seems like. I know that James and Shannon sat in the room, but they sat on the loser's end. But even though they weren't like going into the elimination that week, Danny is who I'm officially rooting for. You and me both. Yes, Kiki won an elimination. Kiki will be happy that he got $5,000 in his bank account. Sarah lost a daily. That's what it seems like. And I have a theory. There's going to be an audio clip coming up that I have a theory on. I think the original trailer had a shot of Sarah versus Angela, so Desi making that happen makes sense. Yes, that would be awesome. Kirk, all of Kiki's hard work paying off. We move on to flashes from Desi to Angela and Alyssa back to Desi. And when it flashes to Desi, we hear Angela talking to Alyssa, and they say she's so toxic, making us believe that possibly they're saying this about Desi. Maybe they are talking about Desi, saying she's so toxic, or they're saying it about Sarah, they're saying it about Kayla. We don't know. We don't know at this point. The editing tries to make it seem like they're talking about Desi. The power of Queen Kiki will help Danny rise to the final first. Let's go. Then we move to glimpses of Leo to Dom. And at this point, Dom is saying, make Desi feel like she has a say. What now? So we don't know if he is talking to Danny, if Danny wants to make a different move, or if maybe Desi is wanting to throw in Angela. Dom is looking out for Sarah, of course, and he's trying to be like, well, you got to push her into doing something and make it just seem like it's her choice kind of thing. I don't know. Kind of to our conversation last night on Friday about Dom, I don't like that. I don't like that phrase coming out of him at all. But here we go. We move on to Justine at a daily challenge. She's got a life vest on. This is, remember the trailer where they have the boats pooling on the giant runways? Somewhat similar to I think it's called The River Runs Wild in the War of the Worlds 2, season 34, where CT is like playing rock, paper, scissors with Zach and kind of throwing that challenge. And now that challenge seems to be played on this season, and it looks like we're going to have Justine in that daily challenge. Justine is in a good bit of this trailer, which makes me happy, which makes me think that she goes far. Justine is my female winner pick. I'm hoping. I'm telling you, she's getting that winner's edit. She's getting the hero edit. And I think she's going to be the last Love Island woman standing. Because I will say, not trying to say anything, but we don't see a ton of cachet in this midseason trailer. So I don't know how far cachet can go or will go in this in the rest of this game. I want Justine and Danny to be the champs so bad. I mean, that would be a perfect world. They're both on my team. And the way my team is going right now, I need all the points I can get. All right, here we go. We're moving on to something that's built in your nightmares. Look at this. So Ben is going to be doing the truck peg daily challenge. I don't know if I'm too loud. Sorry if I'm yelling into this mic. I'm way closer than I normally am. But yeah, look at this. What is this? This freaked me out. Like, I was worried that I was going to give everybody a jump scare with just this picture like jumping out at everybody, where he's just like, ah. Can I just say, and I just want to get it off there, Ben's audio right there, if anybody wants to re-listen back to it, it's weird because it seems like he says two different sentences and halfway through it breaks up. It says something of like, I'm gonna be, and then right when it says B, it cuts and it says enemy number one. And I was like, did they just try to cut those two in a weird way? It was so weird. If anybody wants to go listen back to that and let me know I'm not crazy. We have a Tyson close-up, which it looks like he is going to be doing the River Runs Wild daily challenge that I was just talking about with Justine. And also Tyson says, I've been waiting for this moment, meaning maybe he has a reason. Maybe he's one of the reasons why Sarah becomes last place in the daily challenge and loses the daily challenge. Tyson looks like he took this as a selfie. Yeah, it was I almost did not include it, but I was like, this can't be a shot for shot breakdown without it. All right, let's keep going. We get a hall brawl. They do from an aerial point. So we can't really see who it is. Angela here saying, oh, she's sitting on the winner side of the deliberation room. Just throwing that out there. She's sitting on the winner side of the deliberation room. And she says, if we play our cards right, we can have a really clear path to the finals. Probably talking to Tyson. She probably won a daily challenge and is just like, okay, we got this in the bag. If we play our cards right, maybe take a shot at somebody that we think is a big deal, maybe we can coast our way to the finals. Justine here is looking cool. That's all I have in my notes of this is Justine looking cool. That's all I have for my notes. We have this daily challenge where it looks like everybody's playing bingo and Danny is running with a giant token. It looks like when we see Kayla doing this challenge that she is going to be running through the stadium looking for these giant tokens behind like chairs and stuff or concession stands. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know if TJ is going to be calling out B25 or whatever, and they're going to have to go look for their stuff. But I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. We have Scrabble, and now we're going to have giant bingo. Make this one look cool, at least. Challenge, because I'm nervous for this one. I'm nervous for this one. Cache will also be doing this, so maybe this could be the next daily challenge. Please, please, please. Damn the Scrabble and bingo. My grandma will love this show. That's really funny. We get a tunnel. You can't tell who it is. I think David's also during this daily challenge or around during this daily challenge where he's running through a tunnel as well. But this is like part of when they're going to be running through the stadium looking for their tokens. Enzo is going to be doing the truck peg daily challenge as we hear Ben saying the pressure is on to qualify for the TJ's final. And then here Enzo will be playing the truck peg challenge where he says, I'm coming for them. I'm coming for everybody. I'm causing a war. You hear? Like you hear? Yo, I'm going to be causing a war, you know? Kind of like the war between dogs and cats, you know? Like, that's I mean, you come for the meow meow, you're going to have to get a war, you know? Yo, that's it. Lock it down, yo. I don't think we have ever had so many puzzles in a season. Yeah, people are getting frustrated in my comment section. All right, let's move on to I cannot see who this is, but I believe it's Enzo. I don't know. Maybe. This is interesting, right? So we see that if you look down at this person's arm, there's a tattoo on the bottom left arm. I think that this is Sarah. She's also used to fight in the MMA or whatever. She's also a cop. So I could see somebody who is like worried about going into an elimination, worried that it is going to be some sort of pole wrestle or wrestling move that they come to Sarah, ask for a whole bunch of padding, and ask, hey, can you show me some moves? How do I do a takedown? How can I get leverage on somebody? So Sarah then shows whoever this could be, maybe Angela, maybe Kayla. I do think that if I have the next photo right, yeah, I do. If you see this, the hair is like blonde, strawberry blonde, and I think that probably it's either Kayla or Angela. We can see that Sarah will be doing the truck peg daily. Well, look how many pegs there are. Okay, so maybe the whole point of this game is just to see how many pegs you can put into the truck. Because you have to put all the pegs in, then you have to keep going back and forth. So how many pegs you can put into the truck in the quickest amount of time wins. Maybe that's it. But then you don't have these pegs. Like she clearly has 2 pegs right on the top of her that she could put easily 2 more pegs in there, but she's already moving on to the next level. It's going to be interesting. We'll see. There's another, I don't know why I got a second picture, but she looks like a little squirrel. Maybe that's why. I swear Enzo said he had a lot of enemies, and I was like, who? Yeah, he did. No. He does not have any enemies. I mean, the biggest enemy he would have was David, and they were working very closely together. So yeah, he has nothing. He has no enemies. Exactly who is even thinking about that man? Drew talking about Enzo. Come on, meow. I mean, that's all he did on freaking All-Stars, and I was covering that season, so it's like burned into my brain about however, and he made it all the way to the end. Spoiler alert, he made it all the way to the end of that season, so I had to listen to it like for 90 days of him talking that way. What are the odds that Sarah goes down to the elimination into a hall brawl? I'm annoyed just thinking about it. Oh, they would. The challenge would, they would do something like that. Here's Tyson. This is where he's like looking around the stadium, looking possibly for a coin or a token. And we hear Sarah saying, I've taken on bigger guys than Tyson, trying to put me in last, which made me think, sorry if that was a terrible Sarah impression, making me think that there could be a sabotage mission, like What if they just let them go on? They had that missile game from I Spy in season 36, or even the ring toss one, and they are allowed to just go after anybody. And Tyson gets, maybe it's girls versus girls, guys versus guys, and Tyson rallies Angela and Alyssa to start taking out Sarah and getting her last place. I wonder. Or maybe everybody can just go after everybody and boom. So that's why I think it could be a sabotage mission that Sarah gets last place on. Sarah's impression. I'm trying. I can't remember her name, but Tyson's co-host on his podcast does a really great Sarah impersonation. Let's move on to Caleb finding a token, bringing it down. So this is why I think that they're going to have to run up. I don't even understand this one. Like, maybe they have to look from their board from the field all the way up and then be like, there's a token, and then they have to go run up, or they just run around like randomly. Okay, this is a big one. This is what I was really wanting to get to. Amelia. I don't know. I like your impression more. Thank you. I mean, yeah. Maybe it's a mini final challenge. Could be. This could be a mini final. Like, this could be a mini final that they're doing, or this looks like it could be final territory. You know what I mean? This doesn't look like anything they've done before. They normally stay in like high populated areas, or they have an arena. They don't really have these like big wide open spaces that they've normally doing. Granted, mini finals are a whole different beast. So this could be a mini final. Just throwing this out there. Or this could be the final, which I think this is a big giveaway if this is the final. Because to me, when I'm looking at everybody who is left in the game and then who these two people are, clearly the man on the right is Danny. And then I think that the person on the right-hand side, dark hair, small build, is Sarah. So if this is possibly a finals picture, does that mean Danny and Sarah are in the finals? Does that mean that they're racing against each other? Does that mean that they're working with each other? Or is this a mini final, which I have to think that they would put not so blatant screenshots of the final and make this a mini final. So that's just my thought process. See, and then this is like a nighttime thing. This, you know what this reminds me of? And not to get into it, but this 100% reminds me of, does everybody remember X's, where they're running around and then on the night portion they just had to run in and like grab a ball or touch a ball in freezing water and then had to run back out? That's exactly what this reminds me of, where they had to traverse the mountain until nightfall and then they had to just jump into water. Like, what are they doing here? There is a voiceover from Justine who says, I love the girl, but she has to go. When I count the people here, it looks like there's 9 or 10 people I can count from where I'm at. This is a picture that you need to zoom in, because I had to zoom in for it and see some of the people. So when I zoom in, and there's another shot on the back end, but like, let's take a look at this. On the far left-hand side, this man jumping, this man is bald. Think that this could be Ben. Far right, the man diving, I think that's Tyson on the far right. The man right above him, not TJ, but the man, that's another bald man. That's Enzo. There's only 2 bald men on here. I think I see Alyssa in the back, straight back middle. That looks like Alyssa. You can't see anybody from this angle, but then if you move to the next picture I got, but you can clearly see the man right in front of everybody is Enzo. I got the clearest picture. I think the man diagonal right above him is Dom. Bald man in the far back is Enzo. And I'm trying to think, who else did I write down? Because I can't zoom in realistically here. So, oh, yeah. Danny is right next to where I said Dom was, right in front of Enzo. Danny, Enzo, Dom, Tyson, Ben. I think I saw Angela, Alyssa, like I mentioned, and then Sarah was on the last picture. Let me go back real quick. Like right where I said Alyssa was, the person that's standing in the back, I see Sarah right next to her, like right on her right, the girl that's about to jump in. That's Sarah. Yes, I remember that. DM thought they had to get naked. Yeah. Well, they pretty much did. I loved CT and DM at that point. It was so funny. It was so painful. Okay, so we have a haunted house daily challenge. You can't see too much from here. And then we'll move on to the next one, which is another picture of the haunted house daily challenge. This was in the What's to Come season trailer. Nothing special here. We can see Enzo is doing it. This is interesting because I think this is a night challenge. They're doing a haunted house thing. We saw Kayla in the trailer, in the What's to Come this season on the challenge trailer, and she was moving this tire through a series of chains. And it seems like what players are going to have to do is, first of all, run into this dark abandoned house, find their tire, answer trivia questions, and then have to move it along the chains like it's a maze, and then unlatch it, and then take the tire to TJ and try to win into power / not get last place. That's what I think the whole challenge is going to be. If that's what the challenge is, I'm all for it. That seems really fun. We got Alyssa doing the haunted house daily challenge. We could just move on. I have nothing else to say about this. We have Ben doing something either in a challenge, maybe the haunted house challenge, looking for his tire, but he's whispers, "I'm scared." Or this could be, and then we have Tyson, who's like a jump scare. This could also be the finals, the overnight portion of the finals where they find the camera and they have to like stay up. I think that this could be also the finals where they're just making fun of everything in the camera, pretending it's like Blair Witch while they're in the middle of the woods and trying to pass the time. See, like I said, Kayla, they have bodies. They have another tire with a weight on it, and she's having to move her tire. She looks miserable. She looks angry. She looks very angry. This picture right here, where it looks like this could be the finals as well. There's a swimming portion or something. And then we see it looks to be Tyson is swimming, and he's swimming right next to another person. And that person, who I think is Danny, next to each other. During that swimming portion, Desi says she's been the messiest. She has the most enemies. Interesting. Who could she be talking to? Probably one of Alyssa or Angela. I would think Alyssa. Or maybe Sarah. Because Sarah's messy, and she has a lot of enemies right now, possibly. Then we have a balls in-esque elimination, where I think this could be David on the ground. I think I saw an AV on the helmet. People who I can make out in the background are Desi, Tyson, Danny, Sarah, Justine, Kayla, Alyssa, Sarah, and it looks like whoever's in power right here looks to be bald, so it could be Enzo or Ben. The only people that I can't see or make out entirely is Cache, Leo, Dom, Enzo. Whoever I didn't say could be going up against possibly David right here. So just throwing that out there. They blurred out names. I will be honest. At one point in this trailer, they blurred out names, and I was proud of them, but I was also frustrated because I was searching hard for these names. This could be the beginning of the finals because we see everybody will be running through this field, as we can see right here. Boom! Everybody just runs up. They're all in a little group, so I feel like they got either paired up. They all were at the starting line, and then TJ just says go, and they all just take off. And you know how they're all clumped up at the beginning and then people start really taking off. There's only 7 people here though, which makes me feel like maybe this could be a mini final right before the final. I don't know. It's just weird that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Why is there an odd number of people? That's weird. What happened? Did somebody get med evacuated? Because we will see an ambulance come up later. So what the heck? Then we have David here. And David is pissed, which makes me think that he was the one that was in the elimination that we just saw, because he says, "I'm upset right now. I'm going to just walk away." So he could be pissed that he's going to be sent into an elimination. Maybe he's being sent in via a Big Brother alum like Angela, maybe even Enzo. I don't think Enzo would take that shot at David, though. I hope not. In the elimination shot, it looks like Ben in the winner spot. That's what I thought. But then again, I saw the person in the winner spot with like a tie and a vest on, even though he's wearing short sleeves. I was like, does Ben gonna really dress up like that? Like, is he gonna wear a tie? Maybe he wore like a tuxedo shirt. That's more Ben's vibe. Yeah, I counted the people too. Odd number. That's suspicious. Super suspicious, right? Why? Why 7? I have more questions than answers at this point. Ben is dead. Just, there we go. He has 3 stickers on his hat, red, white, and blue. Maybe there's a scavenger hunt. Maybe this is the first day of the finals over with. Maybe this is the mini final. I don't know. They're showing a lot of Ben. I feel like Ben makes it very far. So he has to qualify somewhere, and it looks like he's going to make it far. He gets a lot of audio clips, and he's getting a lot of clips. Like, he's being shown a lot. Looks like there's going to be sabotages in that River Runs Wild daily challenge, which is awesome. Yes, please. Thank you. We hear Enzo say, I got enemies. I don't care. I'm coming for that money, yo. He didn't say yo, but I'm going to say that anyways. Ben is dying. Desi is spraying. Sabotage for the River Runs Wild challenge. I hope that's the name of it, because all I can think about is that Killer song. And I love that album. Sam's Town was a great album. We knew that Enzo was going to be doing the Runway daily challenge because this was shown. This clip of him slipping was shown so much during the What's to Come trailer at the beginning of the season. It's like, okay, we get it. He slips. That's like the biggest thing that happens on this challenge. Also, I think Danny was also shown in doing that challenge. This, one of the best parts of the trailer for me. It looks like maybe Sarah is in power, or this could be a week that she gets thrown into an elimination, right? She gets last place. She's pushing for Desi to throw in Alyssa to get her money to take out Alyssa. And then Alyssa comes in to the bar scene trying to like talk to Sarah, be like, look, don't throw me in. We can work together kind of thing. And they have a spat with each other. And that's when Alyssa gets up and we get this precious face from Sarah right there. Boom. We get that. Everybody, we're moving on. I thought I had more written down for that. I don't. It's just, okay, this is where Angela is laying down. She says something about it's not personal. It's strictly a game move. Whether she's the one telling somebody else that, or she's relaying that that's what somebody told her, and that's why she's going in, or whatever. Or somebody's coming up and be like, what'd she say to you about this? And that's when Angela was like, oh, well, she said it was strictly a game move and it wasn't personal or anything. Tell me, is that not Alyssa in a pole wrestle? Look at that. That is 2 women in a pole wrestle. It looks like Alyssa is going to get the brunt end of it. Makes me believe that the mats were brought out so that Sarah could show somebody how to do the pole wrestle moves, or for Sarah to practice the pole wrestle moves because she wants to go into a pole wrestle. And boom, we have Alyssa in a hall brawl, or not hall brawl, pole wrestle. And I don't know who it could be, because again, they blocked out the names. See that? You can see the face right here. To me, that could be Angela. I don't know who else that could be. I don't think that's Sarah's profile. I don't think it's Kayla's profile either. So it could be Angela versus Alyssa, which is wah. I really would love to see Angela versus Sarah in a pole wrestle. That would be intriguing. But that's just me. That definitely looks like Alyssa, 100%. You can't persuade me that it's not Alyssa. That I can tell 100% that's Alyssa. I just don't know who she's going up against. And yeah. Oh, Alyssa is versing Angela. That is definitely her nose, right? That's what I thought. Looks very, very like Angela. And everybody else is saying that as well. Lowell, Nikki, Angela. This is such like a one-sided pole wrestle. I wanted to see Sarah versus Angela because that would have been awesome. Also, I want to see one of them leave. But if we're going to get Alyssa versus Angela, come on now. Angela's going to roughhouse Alyssa. She might last quite a while. This is for sure finals territory. Look at this. This is finals territory. Somebody's walking in the snow alone. Maybe it's an individual portion of the finals, or somebody got left behind. We have more snow with water. You can't tell who that is. Great job by the production team that they don't show who this person is or what it could be. David gets sick. I did not get him with any of the puke. There's no, like, this is right beforehand. This is the best shot I could get beforehand, but maybe this is the haunted house daily challenge. Yeah, and this is the part where we hear Leo. The only thing we hear from Leo and Cache are like the two people that we don't hear at or see at all or much in this mid-season trailer. But Leo has a voiceover that says, "You guys are all snakes," possibly being sent into elimination. Alyssa says, "I don't trust anyone." Boom. The hall brawl that we saw earlier of the down. But we see a hall brawl and somebody gets rocked, like absolutely rocked. We see this hamster wheel. Now, they don't show too much of this in the mid-season trailer, but they do show Cache is in this type of elimination in the what's to come this season on the challenge trailer, where she's holding on to one of the, like, a lever, and then she has to run to like power something up. I have no idea what the challenge is, but this is definitely probably Cache doing this challenge or elimination. But they don't show her face here. So makes me believe that this could be the next elimination or the elimination after that. And then Cache could be eliminated from the game, depending on who she's going up against. Sorry if this is very spoilery. I get too wrapped up in this. Here's the ambulance. See these flags? These flags makes me believe that this is an ambulance within the finals. This is either a finals, mini final, or whatever. But if this is in the finals and somebody's being taken off in an ambulance, maybe it's after that swim. Oh my gosh, what if it's after that swim? And the swim is so cold and they have to do something and then somebody just gets like hypothermia or has to be taken off in an ambulance like Nelson did in the Cold War Daily Challenge in Total Madness. How crazy would that be? You get all the way to the finals and then you have to get taken out in an ambulance because you're getting hypothermia. How terrible is that? Oh my gosh, that would be so annoying. Then we have Sarah here. Man, I can't do it again. I'm trying to get greedy. I don't think I can do it again. Stop acting like you got control over this. Screw you. And we see her talking. We can see Desi right next to her. That was way worse. I shouldn't have gone for it a second time. The first time was way better. But you can see Desi's right next to her, and boom, the next shot is of Tyson, and then Dom is right next to him. So there's a point where we might get a bar scene. Sarah is telling Tyson to screw off, that he has no power over this or control over this. Maybe they win in power together, or maybe he is trying to give Desi. Maybe he's trying to give Desi like, hey, you want to give Sarah Angela, or you want to give Sarah somebody, like tell her, like trying to sabotage her for the elimination, right? Like trying to give her a bad opponent or a bad opponent, but a good opponent to try to take her out. And that's when Sarah comes up because Tyson is talking to Desi. Sarah comes up and is like, stop talking like you have control over this. Also, is that the same outfit that she was wearing with Alyssa? Oh, it was the same outfit. It's going to be the same bar scene, the same night of the face. That's the same outfit. Unless she's wearing the same outfit like a cartoon to the bars. Like, come on now. Also, is she sitting down in that moment? Is she sitting down talking to Desi? Because if she's sitting down, that's not the same moment of... Yeah, she's sitting down. So she's not even talking to Tyson at this moment. Because Tyson's standing up. Look at that. Tyson's standing up. Yeah, that's not the same moment. That's not the same moment. Anyways, we get the logo. You might think it's over. It's not. There's one more voiceover at this point when the logo is shown, and it's Angela saying, I literally want to punch him in the face. When David is throwing up, that looks like Alyssa in the background. That's definitely, that's true. I will say, this is another thing. I don't know if anybody saw in the one. I don't know if I can bring it back up. If people, because right now, every time people go to the elimination, everybody has to dress out, right? Everybody has to dress out because they don't know if they're going to be sent into the elimination. A reason why I think that this is going to be a solo game, and now we're going to go see a men's elimination or a women's elimination, is that half these people are wearing jeans. Like, it looks like this is a men's elimination. We can clearly see, I think this is Justine in the blue jeans. Maybe not. Then you have Kayla right next to her because she has that tie-dye shirt. I don't think that's Angela wearing the tie-dye, but I think it's something Kayla would wear. Maybe it is Angela. Either way. And then you have Justine, who is not wearing her challenge gear as well. And then I think Alyssa is also not wearing her like challenge gear. So to me, this is 100% going to be a solo game, and people are not dressed out. But the men are dressed out. You can clearly see Tyson and Danny right in the middle of everybody talking with each other during this elimination, and they are dressed in their challenge gear. So that's something I didn't bring up, but that's something I also found out. Before I leave, I want to give a special shout out thank you to everyone who supports me over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who is watching this video up to this point. I'll be back really soon with more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.